So today we're going to use 1000 micron handpiece, and it comes in varying lengths. This is the shorter of the two. They make one that's a little bit longer so you can have a remote kind of an access point. The red light you see is just a helium neon laser that runs coaxial with the 1064. And we're going to use 1064 and 25 watts, which is 50 hertz and 500 millijoules per pulse. And I've picked an energy level of 25 watts because the back's kind of tough and fibrous, and I think a little higher energy will be more beneficial here. These are non-proprietary fibers. We use ones from Laser Peripheral. They last multiple cases. So we'll just insert this thing on in here, and there's a foot pedal I'm pushing. And I'm just kind of moving this back and forth. And I think it needs to go at a fairly slow speed. It goes very, very fast. It's kind of like licking your finger and touching a hot pot real quickly. You don't get much of a heat transfer. So I'm always conscious and trying to remind myself that we're trying to go super slow. How much energy to totally deliver and the total amount of joules is something we're trying to figure out now. I've worked with some cadaveric tummy tuck specimens, and I think you need to be in the 1.5 to 2.5 joules per cubic millimeter total in order to have a fair amount of efficacy. And just like the internal ultrasound, when you first start pushing it through, especially a fibrous area like this, or gynecomastia in a man, it's a little bit hard to get it through. There's a little resistance, and after a while, it's just like moving a hot knife through butter. There's almost no resistance because the fat has shrunk, and the little fibrous septa are all that's left. And we'll talk about those fibrous septa and what I think happens to them with this technique later. But Ashley, how is this? Is this comfortable? You okay? Do you feel anything at all at first? And so she's wide awake. Did we give you a Valium or anything?
We got
two Valium.
2098.
She came in a limousine. She always likes to come in a limousine. So the nurse will call out where we are as far as total joules.
We got 25.
How many?
25.
25 what? That's from 100. Okay. So we're going to get to the end point much quicker than we did, obviously, when we had 12 watts or 18 watts or even 20 watts, and this will go all the way up, at least mine will, to 40 watts. We haven't gone that high yet. At some point we'll be able to figure out what's the right amount of heat energy to make this a little more fun for the patient and practitioner, that it doesn't take so long, it's not so arduous. You can imagine at 6 watts, which was the original Cynosure device, and a 300 micron fiber, how long you'd be here.
You're at 3566.
Okay.